Yo, what up guys? Welcome back to Sneaker Stories. As always, I'm your host Chris Jack. Today, an exciting early look at the pinnacle of performance footwear right here with the Adidas Alphaedge 4D Reflective. Without further ado, let's check it out. Alright, so if you're wondering what happens when sportswear meets Silicon Valley, this right here is the result. The all-new 4D Alphaedge Reflective Pack is the 4th generation version of the Alphaedge featuring 4D technology. So before I get into the details of the shoe itself, I really want to focus on the incredible innovation that's gone into creating this midsole. Adidas has partnered up with manufacturing giant Carbon out of the United States to create an entirely new way that we look at the midsole of performance footwear. Carbon's basically created a technology where they can 3D print these lattice systems completely out of liquid. And the way that they do that is by using light and oxygen. It's a process called digital light synthesis where they use UV light to really sculpt these individual struts, of which there are over 20,000 of them in this particular midsole. And these are all precisely tuned, giving you maximum support and cushioning where you actually need it. And to help explain that better, I've got 3 different density lattice cubes here used in the midsole of the Alphaedge 4D. And all of these basically give a different result. So starting off with this one, which is quite a soft version of it, that's obviously giving you a hell of a lot of cushioning and comfort for your foot. And then you've got sort of a medium firm one over here, which is obviously used for a little bit more energy return and bounce back. And then you have a more structural version of that, which is obviously quite stiff. And that's used in the areas where you need a lot of structural support in the midsole of the shoe. Having these in hand right now is quite literally feeling the future. Onto the shoe itself, and I'm going to start with the outsole and work my way up. The outsole of the shoe is a full-length Continental rubber outsole, so this is giving you increased durability and traction on foot. As you might notice, it's quite different to the regular Ultra Boost, where you do have a rubber webbing from Continental there. This is completely closed off on the Alphaedge 4D to prevent any foreign objects getting into that lattice midsole from underneath the shoe. And flipping up into the midsole of the shoe, as discussed, this is the Carbon 4D printed midsole, and this really is the pinnacle of performance footwear technology as we know it today. If I just move the shoe from the forefoot on the lateral side all the way to the medial side, you'll notice how the structure changes throughout the midsole of the shoe, and that's really just the refinement of 2 decades of athlete data, giving you that support and cushioning where you need it most. Moving further up into the upper of the shoe, this is a completely re-engineered prime knit upper that comes in the form of a sock-like construction on this particular pair, so that's really going to conform to the shape of your foot, providing you with a really snug fit and a lot of comfort on foot. From a colorway perspective, they've kept this completely tonal white. This will also be releasing in a black version as well. And starting in the toe box, speaking about this re-engineering of this particular prime knit, they've reinforced this with ribbing in a whole bunch of certain areas to provide extra structural support for your foot when running. Further to that, the rubberized eyelet systems here are completely fused into the prime knit as well, so you're getting a really clean look across this tonal white upper. And one of the greatest additions to the Alphaedge 4D Reflective, as the name would probably suggest, is that the upper is completely knitted with 3M reflective material, which sits just underneath the white base layer of the prime knit upper. So this is something we haven't seen on a 4D shoe to date, providing you with the most amount of visibility across all light sources night and day. And adding further reflective touch points to the shoe, the Adidas logo in the heel section, as well as the 3-stripe logo on the tongue tag and the heel tab here, are also created with reflective 3M material. From a lacing perspective, they've kept this completely tonal with one set of flat white laces provided with the shoes. And taking a look inside the shoe with the sock liner and lining of the shoe, they've kept that also primed in the sock-like construction of it. It is very, very flexible, as you guys can see, so that's really going to hug your ankle and provide a really awesome snug fit. From an insole perspective, Adidas has provided you with a standard insole quite similar to what you'd get in the Ultra Boost models. This one is completely tonal black, just with the 4D logo printed on the heel section of the shoe. The nice thing about having a thin insole with a 4D shoe is because the insole sits directly on the 4D lattice system, just underneath the footbed of the shoe, so you have a lot of direct contact, which makes it super comfortable on foot. Now from a size perspective, I do find true to size works absolutely perfect for me in this particular shoe. However, if you do have a wide foot, you might want to consider taking a half size up in this particular pair. From a comfort point of view, these are really like nothing else I've ever experienced on foot before. As you can see, I've got quite a few of them in my personal collection as well. I really enjoy the feeling of 4D on foot. It's obviously very different to what you'd get in Boost, perhaps not as spongy and cloud-like on there and a little bit heavier in hand, but it really is a shoe that I can wear the entire day without any foot fatigue at all. Now, if you do want to get yourself a pair of the Alphaedge 40 Reflective, these will be available on Saturday the 16th of November, exclusive to Adidas in Sandton. But for those of you outside of Johannesburg, there will also be a release on adidas.co.za for the retail price of 4,999 Rand. In terms of sizing availability, from the Sandton store, these will be available from a UK 5 to a UK 12, and from Adidas online, a UK 4 to UK 12. Overall speaking, I think these are absolutely a phenomenal shoe for the crossover of lifestyle into performance. They'll work for running, they'll work for lifestyle wear, and they really just look amazing on foot. So if you want to get into this absolutely mind-blowing technology from Adidas, this is definitely the shoe that I would recommend you do that with. Now, for those of you that are keen runners or just want to come check this product out in hand, I will be taking these out on a run with the Adidas Running Club in the mid-November. All the details will be here. So please come and join me, spend the morning checking this product out. I think it's going to be a really awesome day out. That's it from me. If you guys do have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. And for those of you that are new around here, please don't forget to subscribe right here and turn the notifications on for more content and reviews like this down the line. But that's it from me. I'll catch you on the next one.